Everybody got enough to eat? Y'all can get more. Or I'm going to take it all home. And I don't mind that at all. Stay right there. While we're getting started, I want y'all to tell me what grade are y'all in? Seniors? All seniors? What we got? What are you? Freshman? Senior? 9? 11? What about you, sir? What grade? 12. 12? So we got a little bit of a crowd, a little bit of a crowd mixed in. We got 12? 12 also? Okay, so we got a nice crowd. We're just gonna let people get in, make sure y'all got food. So, as we're getting started, I will just let you know we are being recorded, so parents are watching, friends, they might be able to tune in. But the camera won't focus on me, it won't focus on y'all, but it can be heard. So, just kind of know we're streaming from down, that was just for looks. But, as we starting to get started, you guys should have a survey. On that survey, if you flip it over on the front and back, it's the same survey. But what I want you guys to do to start is look for that logo that says Sensei. That's a free survey. And if you guys don't mind, just answer the questions, just 10 quick questions on kind of today's topic. Today we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence. You guys know about artificial intelligence? You think you know about artificial intelligence? You guys are using artificial intelligence? Y'all, we gotta interact. Y'all be listening to my voice all day. But yeah, do me a favor. Just take those 10 questions and fill that survey out. Make sure it's on the front side because it's before and then at the end before you leave, you just over and answer the questions on the back. So, yep, make sure it's the one floor. And I'll give you a few minutes and then we'll begin. Folks online, if you guys are watching, if you got questions, just drop it in the chat wherever you're watching, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, X. If you got any questions, pop them up and I'll be able to see them and kind of answer any questions that you might have as we go along. Same with you guys. If you guys are talking, if you have any questions and thoughts, I'm going to be asking for participation with you. Just kind of pick your brains a little bit. Feel free to jump in. I want this to be fun. I want it to be interactive. I hope you learn something. I hope I teach you. I know, this generation, you guys are kind of up on it. You might be teaching me something. So please feel free to jump in and tell me what you're using it for, what you're doing, and we have some fun with this. Brian, you got a mic there? I'll use the mic. I'll have it turn on. That's as far. Oh, turn this. Oh, gosh. The box of the books, I did bring Check. All right, who get those? How do you say?
Well, you should football.
I can do that too.
My volume control's in the back
Say it
panel,
again.
just so you know.
Oh, yeah, of course. All right. Brian, Sarah. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll get started here in a minute. Oh, yeah, for sure. I got it.
Quick question. How comfortable are you all with public speaking?
Yeah.
Very comfortable?
All right.
All right, so while we're getting ready, I'd like a line of anybody willing to come up and introduce yourself to sort of form right here to my right. And that starts with you, sir. Anybody else volunteer? We made eye contact. I'll let you know. All right. Formal line. I'm gonna tell you, I wish I was confident in how we done it. All right. So one at a time, if you would just stand, oh, thank you so much. If you would just stand in front of that podium, introduce yourself.
Just introduce myself.
Yes, just introduce yourself.
Let me get out the way. Good morning. My name is David Omoperio. I'm a senior at Middle Academy.
Excellent. Hand claps, please. Next.
Good morning. My name is Quinn Davis Jr. I am a senior at the Baltimore City College.
Good morning. I'm a senior at Francis and Taylor Academy. My name is Jonathan Nunez.
Good morning. My name is Zion Roberts, and I am a senior at Baltimore.
Good morning, my name is Elizabeth Harris Russell Ward, and I'm a senior at Newtown High School.
Good morning, my name is Isaiah. I am a freshman at Francis High School.
Good morning, my name is Sarah Williams, and I'm a senior at North Washington Primary.
Good morning, my name is Joe Owens. I'm a senior at Capstone High School.
Good morning. My name is Evan, and I'm a freshman.
Good morning. My name is Bryce Marcel, and I'm a junior at Western Tech.
Hello, my name is Leon Bryant. I'm an 11th grader at Baltimore High School.
All right. And my name is Ray Kennedy. I'll be your facilitator for today. I know a couple people coming in. For those of you who just joined us, try to find a table, try to move up. Just know we got some snacks and some juice, some drinks in the back. If you at any point you're hungry again or get some more, please feel free to get it so I'll take it home. Today we're going to talk about artificial intelligence. I know artificial intelligence is a large part of our lives at this point. How many of you are using artificial intelligence? How are you using it?
In good way.
How?
In good way.
In a good way? Oh, I sure hope so. But I'm gonna circle back. What I want to do, I'm gonna list a couple things, and I want you to raise your hand if you think it's artificial intelligence. And so, ChatGPT. Yeah. Netflix. No, nobody. A calculator. No. What about Spotify? What about your GPS when you're trying to get somewhere? Anybody think it's not? What about when you guys have Face ID on your phone? Do you think Face ID is a couple more? What about your YouTube? You guys watch YouTube? Did I say TikTok? Do you think TikTok is AI? Or do you think TikTok uses AI? Hey, I'm not gonna tell you right or wrong, but we will come back to that and kind of use it. You guys say you're using AI. What are some of the ways in which you use it? Go ahead.
I use it in a cybersecurity project.
You?
On Amenity, so it's basically a combination.
Oh, you're using it. Okay, nice. So you're using it for a cybersecurity project you're working on. How do you use it?
So basically, I made a project where you could check if a link is like a phishing.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So you use like basically you use like these things called nodes, which were like almost like it all did it out
What I'm gonna do real quick, I'm gonna have a close mic. So when you talk, if you don't mind, just walk to whoever's talking, and we'll turn this on, and then when you can talk into this, and when we're able to kind of hear you. Would you mind saying that one more time?
Yeah, so I made a project with this website called NAN.
Yep.
Basically, it used this thing called nodes, which it was technically almost like an AI. So you could just put a link on it, and it would detect it as like a phishing, you know.
Yeah. That's awesome. Actually, that's really awesome. Anybody else? You kind of knocked it out the water with that one. How else are you using? Don't be shy.
I use it for like two different things. When I was bored over the summer, I used it to like it's an app called Teachable.dev, and I used it to just make a game when I was bored. And then the other one that I used to help with like if I'm confused about myself, like a sixth grader or eighth grader or something like that. That way I can understand it better.
Well, we're not about the gloss pack. You just made a game. What kind of game did you make?
No, I didn't make the game for AI. I just told it what I wanted to make.
You gave it the prompt, you gave it the instructions, and you created an activity. You created a game. Tell me about the game. This is really cool.
Well, it was like, it's like you can fish, you can mine, and like all these different, I don't know how to explain it well, but you start with a little bit of money, and it's your job to keep the money higher than 100, and if it goes below 100, you lose it, restart, and then days that go by, and then the longer that you play the game, the more things will unlock. So you can mine for money, you can sell what you mine for money, you can go fishing, and you can sell fish for money. But all this takes time, and it keeps track of all the stuff that goes in the game.
That's pretty cool. You built a game where you could fish, you could mine, and basically progress as you go along. Correct. Anybody else? What about this side of the room? I know we had built the program, built the game. That's cool, but you feel free. How are you using it daily?
Honestly, using AI daily, probably summarize all my English type of stuff. Rather than actually reading English, it's way easier.
You say not even actually reading.
Because you can tell to do like bullet point summaries is like it gives you the main idea about the passage. So like if there's like a discussion in English class, you know the main idea yes, it's easy. I use it to do that. I also use it in general just to see, because the smarter the AI is, the more you use it, the more it writes out cute. So I just put prompts in, I use it so it can sound more like me when I only use it to like write up English essays.
All right, what about this table? Somebody from this table?
So I'll use it when writing to help answer the articles I have. So like one question I
Say it again, use it when you're writing to do what?
So to answer theoretical questions I have.
To answer theoretical questions that you
The
have.
question is too specific for me to try and handle.
Okay.
So one that I had example was how a time traveler could realistically help cure, I believe it's called Thurgood. It's a fungal virus.
Sure.
Occurs in wheat and whatnot.
So
like
you asking how a time traveler can cure a fungal?
Yeah, so how they can cure it realistically during a time period.
Yes.
That would not cause suspicion to them.
And that's cool. I'm very curious why would you prompt me? What were you writing? That's very interesting scenario.
It was the story where pretty much the main character got sent back in time and they're perceived as a witch, so they're trying to write a line between being a witch,
Yeah.
and not getting killed for it.
This creative writing with this school. So creative writing. So you're using it to kind of help you brainstorm.
Yeah, it's not right for assignments for me.
Sure. All right, let me get one more. Maybe from this table? I haven't heard from anybody at this table.
I'd say using AI in my daily life. I do a lot with music and make music, so sometimes I need help with like ideas and organizing, as well as kind of getting what's in my head out into a clear, concise idea. So AI is really useful to help you see what's jumbled up in your mind. You just type it out to it, and it'll like lay it out in front of you, and that's really useful. So I'll do that, as well as if I'm having a hard time learning the subject, like Bryce said, having it explained to you in a different way, because as they said, the more you use it, the more it kind of like adapts to. I've noticed over time, as I have struggled with certain topics and I have AI explain it to me, it comes out in a way that I understand a lot easier, without it just giving me the answer, but helping me with it.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think I can say thank you. You guys take the water on the way out, because you guys are really using it in amazing ways. And kind of what we want to do here is really talk about AI kind of on a fundamental level. You guys are using it. I want to make sure you kind of understand how, why, what it is. And just, you guys said a lot of technical things. There's a lot of basic AI applications that you may or may not even know. A lot of the things that we talked about earlier, some of them, like I said, I tell you kind of the answers of what they were, but some of them were AI, or they're using AI functions or items, programs, and some of them are not. But that's really good the way you guys are using it. Being able to organize your thoughts, being able to brainstorm, being able to summarize, being able to create. Just look at you.
Football boys.
Yeah, and so the way you guys are using it is really good. And so what I want to do right now is really just kind of give you a technical definition, and then I want to give you kind of some metaphors. And so the technical definition of artificial intelligence is a field of computer science focused on creating systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence, such as recognizing patterns, understanding language, and making predictions. The metaphor, kind of the way I want you to think about it, is that AI is like a detective, right? You guys know what a detective is? What does a detective do? Yeah, where's my field? Oh, yeah. Somebody tell me what a detective is. What does it do?
Feel free to raise your hand for the mic.
Yes, please.
Could you repeat the question?
What is a detective?
A detective?
Yeah.
Person that investigates crime.
How do you do that?
They check for any digital footprint or any tracks, Like, just adding like clues, look at the clues,
And then they do what?
and they probably put it on their computer just to keep,
Mhm.
checking out. I don't know. That's what I think. Okay.
Anybody else want to answer that? What I want you to think about when you think about a detective or think about AI, I'm gonna give you 3 letters: D, P, P. And D, when I say data, let's say data, patterns, predictions. So when you think about a detective, the data, the clues that you said, right? They look, they collect the clues, and then what they're doing is looking for patterns, right? They've taken cases, they've seen cases, they can kind of take the clues and recognize patterns. And what they do with those patterns is they try to predict the outcome or predict what happens or what happened. And that's the same way with artificial intelligence. We give it data. It uses data as what we call training. And so all the input, all the information, all the language, the text, the images, that's the data it's collecting. And it detects patterns and it uses those patterns to predict. So one of the examples I wanted to use, you guys all have phones, right? You all text. When you're texting, does your phone try to guess what your next word is going to be? It's use your language, it's use the information. It knows you've sent millions of texts probably at this point, right? That's the clues, that's the data. So it kind of knows how you talk, the slang that you use, and then it tries to predict what your next word is. And then you can click it. Is it always right? Is it always the word that you want to use? So that means it can be flawed. And so when you're using AI, one of the things I want you to keep in mind if you leave here with nothing else is as you're using artificial intelligence, you always have to what I call keep the human in the process, right? You can't let it fully think for you. You can't let it fully be your thoughts, right? You can use it to enhance, you can use it to brainstorm, you can use it to create, but it has to have your human input because it's only as good as the person. And so that's kind of what that is. I mentioned large language models. Anybody know what a large language model is? LLM? Go ahead. Here we go.
It could be the model of AI, like what AI is, like OpenAI or DeepSeek, those are like the models.
Yep.
And that's what I'm guessing it is.
Yeah. So LLM is a model. It's a type of artificial intelligence. It's not the artificial intelligence, but it's a type of AI trained on a very large amount of text, photo, different things. So it can recognize the pattern. Large things like ChatGPT is an LLM, and that's kind of largely what we're using for. We talked about like how your phone kind of uses it to guess. That's using an LLM. That's one of the everyday things. When I asked if you guys are using artificial intelligence, one of those everyday things that you may not even know is artificial intelligence. I will say that when we talk about these things, the way it learns is that LLM does not understand language like you understand it, right? It's just guessing, it's predicting, right? So it's not taking it in kind of how you do when you put a meaning behind it. It's really just guessing. It's a machine. So that's one of the things because as LLMs, as AI models become more and more advanced, it starts to feel more and more real, right? There's lots of things you can talk to where people can kind of lose the fact that it is still fiction. And I think that's very, very important to keep in focus that it is still fiction because that's where you kind of start to have gaps and errors and you start to believe it and kind of trust it fully. You got to keep your eyes on it. One of the things I want to do right now is do a group activity. And so right now, are you with a group? You want to join the table real quick? Please. All right, so right now, on those papers, on the back of one of these packets, you guys got a blank space on the back of it. So right now, I'm going to, with the group, let's call this, is this AI? And I gave you 3 letters before, DPP. What's the D stand for? What's the first P? Second P? Data, patterns, predictions. Write those down on your paper for me real quick. Put that at the top. You can flip it over. Make sure you got the full page. You might need all of it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a topic, much like what we did at the top when I went through. And what I want you to do is tell me how it is or isn't AI. So think about DPP, right? If I say I'm going to give you, let me give you an example. Netflix. How many of you guys said Netflix? Actually, I think none of you said Netflix was AI. How many of you think Netflix is AI now? I got a little bit more now. Yeah, maybe, possibly. So what I want you to do is we're gonna go through. I'm gonna give you a list. What I want you to do is write down how is it data, what patterns is it predicting, or what patterns is it detecting, and the predictions that it's out. Right. So the example, Netflix. Netflix definitely uses AI. The data that it collects is it knows what you watch, right? You have profiles, you might have a household, everybody has their own kind of thing, right? Your mom or your dad might have their own profiles, that's not necessarily what you watch. There might be crossovers, but the data, every video you watch, every movie you watch, everything that you like, everything that you don't like, you might cut it off. It collects all that data. And what it does is it recognizes patterns, right? It starts to say, okay, if you watch Stranger Things and you watch Stranger Things and you watch Stranger Things, what other things do you guys watch that cross over? So it starts going, if you like this, I know other people like this, and then it predicts, then you may also like this, right? And so use the data, the patterns, and the predictions to kind of use the data and the patterns to predict what you might like. And so that's kind of how I want you to do. So I want you to tell me what data is it collecting, how is it collecting data, what patterns is it using, and then what's the outcome, what's the prediction that's coming out of it. So at the top, so those 3 things for all of them. So we already did Netflix, I'm not gonna give you that one, that was a freebie. Let's go TikTok. Let's go Google Maps. Amazon. We're gonna shout out to our gamers. Let's do game matchmaking. Are you guys familiar with one meeting? I can't tell you. Let's say video games matchmaking. And then lastly, I'm gonna do your email, whether it's Gmail, whether it's Outlook. So let's take next 5, maybe 5, 10 minutes. And I want you to work on that with your group, right? So you guys can get together, you can do one paper, or you guys can kind of collaborate. But I want you to kind of work with your table, work with your group, and give me the DPP for those topics. And then we'll talk about it. Awesome. Real quick for those of you who came in new, make sure there's a survey in front of you, 1 through 5. Make sure you fill that out, please, before we kind of keep going. I need you to get your pre and your post thoughts. Hey, everybody online. Just remember, if you guys got questions, if you got any thoughts, if you're watching, feel free to throw anything in there. If you got ideas, if you got some other AI applications, drop that in the chat. Let everybody know kind of how you're doing. You guys can participate in this as well. DPP. If you, we talked about Netflix, we talked about TikTok, email, GPS. If you want to put your answers into the chat, we can throw that up for those of you playing along. But DPP, data, patterns predict.
I only wrote this on, so the thing is bulk. The pattern is, oh, you did it. Yeah.
Gotcha. I got the we're covered. I kind of appreciate it, so I can talk. But yeah, I got all your number now. Yes. Guys.
So, but my meeting.
How we looking, y'all? You guys still working? I need a couple more minutes. Do y'all need a couple more minutes? Check, check, check. Y'all still need a few? Let's take 3 more minutes and let's wrap it up. All right, y'all, let's lock back in. Let's lock back in. All right, what do you guys think about that? Yeah, I want to share answers. What do you think about the process? Was it easy? Did you get it? Did you grasp it? So let's go down the list. I think the first one I gave you was TikTok. Anybody want to come up? You want to go?
Sure. For TikTok, my group has said that they use the data by post interactive with comment, like, and share, and then they use that to feed their algorithm, and you do more when that is to do on that. So it's a little bit of power creation, so you like, give it to you, and that's what the data has done, and then for predictions,
Yeah, and that's basically it. It collects the data, everything that you like, comment, share, everything that you skip over, that you actually stop when you're scrolling and kind of pause on to see. And it looks for patterns of what keeps you engaged, right? What you like, what you don't like. And then it predicts what the next one. So when it has that For You page that it has on TikTok, it knows kind of what you like. Do you ever go through that and be like, nah, I'm not good? Or is they usually, for the most part, very inclusive of whatever the topics and the interests that you have? Good. So that's the same for, think about things like your YouTube or Spotify or any of those things that kind of knows what you've done, what you like, and kind of, hey, you might like this is new, or those things. So let's change it up a little bit. I said Google Maps. Who wants to take on Google Maps? How do you think it's doing the DPP?
So me and my group were talking about like the data we take, it would probably like be the places you've been to, and it would put up like what time you normally would go out, what routes you normally take, maybe what type of transportation you take also. And yeah.
For the patterns, like it uses that data to find similar places you're going to at the set time that you're going to it. Because usually after school I go to like Chick-fil-A every day.
You go to Chick-fil-A every day?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta get you a sponsorship.
It'll tell me like you're 2-3 minutes away from Chick-fil-A when I get in the car, and then it'll tell me like you're 15 minutes away from home after like school. So like it uses the times that you've been to those places to predict where you're gonna go to, and
Anybody else want to take on Google Maps or GPS routing? No? One, those were very, very right, but also think about it like this. It collects the time that you're traveling, how fast you're going, and there's other cars that are also on there, so it knows when there's a traffic jam, right? And so it's collecting that data, it's recognizing patterns, oh, this slowed down, oh, this is usually a 35-mile-an-hour speed zone, everybody is going 10. That means there's a traffic jam. And so what does GPS do when it does that? It gives you a better route. So it's predicting, it's detecting the patterns that traffic is slowed, and then it predicts what's the next fastest route based off of routes that it's taken, or other cars are taken, or just using that data to predict, okay, this street is open, it's moving a little bit faster. So that's kind of how it reroutes you around. And so same way, like what you guys said is definitely right. It uses that to kind of predict and kind of guess your next location. Hey, you're also close to this. And so similar to kind of how TikTok or Netflix and things uses that, but it also uses it to kind of be, help you get there faster, help you detect when things are happening. So that's another way. What about Amazon?
Make eye contact and coming to you.
Now everybody's about to be looking down.
For Amazon, we talked about we said items and history of purchase are important information that they collect for patterns. They recognize what you click on and what you buy. So like both what you actually purchase and like what you scroll past. And they use that to predict like what items you want to buy, and then also items you want to buy with another item. And that's the algorithm aspect of it.
No, that's it. They know what you like. They know what you put in your wish list. They know what you thumbs up or what you hearted. I think it's on Amazon, and they use that to detect patterns. Oh, you like this, so you might also like this, or because you like this, this also goes with that. And so they're able to kind of put your page together based off of your interests, which then makes you probably more likely to buy. So that's good for their patterns and their sales and how they're using that. To my gamers, I said video game matchmaking. Now I know there's a bunch of gamers in here. Y'all want to raise your hand? My game creator.
Like we didn't get this far yet, but for one of the things is like it'll see what your skill level is, and it'll like match you up with players that are similar to your skill level. Another thing is that it might test to see how many games you played, because it might be different for all players. And yeah, that's really bad.
I would say there's also like you give the difficulty levels to see like what kind of enemies you could fight, and then the enemies like you could normally learn from their patterns, but they also learn from their patterns. But also say like that's one of the things.
Anybody from the side? Middle table.
No, you may not.
I was going to say pass the mic to my camera. Sure. shop or go to free games and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Whenever you do that, you can sometimes catch games that you played or you have played or you're going to. Sometimes you can do that. Other games that are like that game or like games that you played in the past will pop up,
Mhm.
and those will be just on the front page.
Yeah.
And you might go try that game out.
Yeah, like kind of like Amazon that we talked about. It knows kind of what you like. It's going to suggest things. If you like MMORPGs, then it's going to show you MMORPGs. If you like shooters, if you know, it's going to kind of tell you if you like Madden or your sports game. So in that way, yes. And so earlier when I was saying, you know, there's AI products and things that you don't even know. I'm a gamer. I love gaming. Call of Duty, Rivals, Arc Raiders. I don't know who was on that, but that's new. Matchmaking is very much kind of, I wish it worked out. You said, you know, it gives your skill level. It finds other people like that and puts you in that lobby. It doesn't do it. It puts me in the lobby with the greatest. I think I'm playing with pros every time I'm playing. But essentially, it does it. It takes your skill level. It kind of knows kind of your range, your level, and tries to put you together with people who are on that same level. And then that way you're not just getting, you know, trash every time you play like I do. But I still enjoy it. Still go back. Last thing, email. You might want to tell us how data patterns and predict with email.
So I would say we would check the patterns of what kind of spam you would get, and if the spam could be probably like phishing, you know, maybe like probably from past attacks that would turn, you know, from that pattern. It would also see like, it would give you like, I guess, what time you would normally receive your email, I guess. Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Spam. Oh, sorry. If I give you the answer.
Like, I feel like you said something earlier where you said that it'll, like your iPhone will tell you what you were going to say. It'll also like say, like, if you were to write an apology letter or something like that,
Yeah.
you might see it say, sorry if I didn't respond sooner or something like that.
Yeah. That's that the language prediction. Yeah. Anybody else want to go before I go?
She made eye contact and tried to, but she kind of.
They about to stop looking at you, Brian. They about to look up in the ceiling. But yeah, the thing about spam, right? Most emails at this point, email services have a spam folder, and most of the time you don't really have to do it because it starts to learn that this is spam. This is what spam looks like. This is the spam that you get, and most emails you can, if say something slips through, you can mark it as spam, right? And so it starts to use that data to be like, okay, these are spam emails. Let me put this in the spam folder. And so it kind of helps you sort through, much like I can't remember who said it, using AI to kind of organize your thoughts. Well, AI can also organize your email. And so yeah. So what do you guys think of that? Like, did it help? Did you think some of those topics were AI before you did the activity?
I didn't think Google Docs.
Yeah, that one when I was researching that kind of, but it makes sense, right? When we think about AI with DPP, right? What's D? I need y'all to say it a little bit louder. What's D? Yeah. What's P? What's the next one? Here we go. Before we move on to the next one, are there any that I didn't say that you could think of that you want to take a crack at with DPP? I can stand up there all day, but we're going to 12. Oh, you had a thought. Yeah, see, you look like you had a thought.
Because I was thinking, because I know Disney's getting into AI right now, I was thinking, how do they relate to data patterns and predictions?
Talk it up.
So I don't know.
Oh. So Disney. Think about this. Have you guys ever been to Disney or Six Flags or amusement parks? I'm going off the top of my head. I'm really about to piece it together like you guys. The apps on that tells you how long it will wait for a ride. It's looking at that. It's gauging how fast, it's collecting the data of how fast people are getting through that line, right? And it's able to collect that and predict the pattern of how long it's going to take this ride, taking long. So it gives you that little red bar that says this is now long or it's over our wait, and then it predicts, how long people are going through. Spitball. Anybody else? Anything else that we didn't list that you can identify as artificial intelligence? Go ahead.
Some like learning tools that have that respond to how you answer questions. I know like one of the homework things that one of my math teachers uses. You're getting questions wrong that are a specific kind of question. It'll start to push out those questions because it knows that you need help on those things, and it will just make sure that you're getting what you need rather than what you already need.
So just to kind of repeat in case our audience online, so there's a system that you use at your school that can detect how you're answering questions, and it can that's the data collection, right? It takes how you answer questions and detects the patterns that you're getting this question wrong or incorrect, and so it starts to identify the patterns of maybe can use more help in this area, and then it can kind of predict ways that it can help you. Is that correct?
Yeah, or those specific questions will come up more than other questions.
Gotcha.
You're getting more practice in that area because you need more help in that area.
Gotcha. So it starts giving you, okay, so the prediction is it detects you're struggling maybe in this area. And so it starts to predict and kind of give you questions in that to kind of strip it. So it starts to learn your deficiencies so it can help you build it as a strength. I like that. So that's really cool.
And kind of building off of that, I want to say the SAT does the same thing.
The SAT?
Because I know,
So it's been a long time since I took the SAT. So you gotta tell me what you gotta.
You have the, I want to say the first portion and then the second portion, and they take how you do in the first portion, and they determine whether you get a harder or an easier module for the second portion.
Gotcha.
And I want to say they use AI for that.
I don't know. I think right now we're just kind of talking through and just part of artificial intelligence right now. I'm diverse just for a bit. Is that it's so fast evolving, right? Experts, people who are certified like myself, I took a class and weeks later I could be out of it, because things are happening so fast. And so really right now, I think this is really cool because now we're kind of exploring, right? This could be, and right now we're not in the right or wrong. We're spitballing ideas and this kind of thing. But I think that sounds like that's artificial intelligence. And so just to kind of recap what you just said, the SAT can give you harder or softer questions depending on how you answered or took it in the first time. That's interesting. It didn't do that when I was in school. I graduated in 06, 07. It was just a Scantron sheet and a piece of paper, and it just tells you if you passed or failed. But that's really, really cool.
You got another question?
Yep.
I was going to was saying, one thing that I use is Quizlet, and it will take flashcards for help when I had to learn about the body parts. It took the questions that I already knew, the body parts that I already knew, and just took it out of the equation. And then also big tests, but it'll take the things that I already know out of the equation and it'll make me study the things that I don't know. That way I can get stronger in those areas.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now. It sounds like being a student at artificial intelligence is a really, really cool tool to have. So it can literally take your answer and kind of help you find ways to kind of get better based on how you do it. That's really, really interesting. That's great. One of the ones, last one, facial recognition. And I know we talked about large language models and text, but also the same idea kind of applies to images. Right, the pictures, there's thousands and thousands of images, especially Google, everything uploaded, posts, social media that's able to use. It also uses your face, your phone. How many times have you taken a selfie? how many pictures of yourself do you have in your phone? Right? So your phone collects the data, which is your face. It knows when you're surprised. It knows when you're sad. It knows your facial expression. It collects all that data, detects the patterns, so it knows your face, right? So your brother who may look like you, or a sibling, or mom, can't open it because it's now details of your face and can open up for you. That's another form of artificial intelligence, right? So now, DPP, we're gonna do it one more time. Data, oh, excuse me. Woo. D, P, P. Yeah. So next, we're gonna go into prompts. Can anybody tell me what a prompt is? I'm gonna come back to you because somebody at this table back there.
Basically, like the thing you put in to generate something. It's like it could be anything. It could be words. It could be even pictures. It's just something you put in to let the AI know what it's doing, what it wants, what you want it to do.
Yeah. You might want to build on that, or you guys go with that answer. We'll revisit. So right now we're doing activity, icebreaker. Not a group. I want you on your own, but use the blank side of that paper. And how we're going to do this is I'm going to give you directions. I want you to do exactly what I say. Don't look, don't cheat, don't look next to you. Just when I say, give you the instruction, you just go with it. And I'm gonna give you a few of them, and then we'll come back and kind of analyze what we just did. So right now, draw a shape. When you're done, look up at me. Back table, back table. When you're done, look at me, look at me. Make it better. By the way, I have a shape in mind. I'm very, very curious. You guys match me. Do we have any artists tonight? Any drawers? No? No?
I definitely see some artists.
This is one of the greatest artists I know right here, Brian Davidson. Look up at me when you're done. Last instruction, fix it. All right, look up at me. Look up at me when you're done. All right, so I want one person from each table. Bring your picture. I'm not going to share you with the audience, but I want to hold your picture up so the audience can see what you did. So let's recap. The first instruction was draw a shape, right? Whatever shape came to your mind, whatever you did, you drew it, yeah? Then I said, make it better. So you had to improve on whatever that first one was. Last one was fix it, right? I'll tell you, but first let me show it off. So one person from each table, I want to hold it up just for the audience on the screen. And so real quick, let me tell you, I know I told you guys we're streaming. What I didn't tell you is that we're actually in our metaverse that we call STEM City USA. this building, our room downstairs, I don't know if you guys seen it, but we'll definitely take you by. We call that STEM City, Baltimore. And so that's kind of the physical manifestation of the community that we built online. And so right now, we're streaming to the world right now. And so they're kind of a part of this conversation. I see people dropping lines in the chat, saying positive things. They haven't said anything crazy yet. But just letting you know that this building is kind of an extension of that. This is what we call a digital twin. We have a physical area, and then online we have an exact replica where people are able to kind of take part in this class. They're participating, or at least watching and kind of learning with us. But that's kind of the whole cool point of this kind of building and having these opportunities being here at STEM City USA. And so they can't see, but I want to show them and make sure that they feel a part of this digital twin experience. So please, one person on this table just come up. You can stand right here. The camera's here, so if you stand here, you'll be good. But just hand me paper. I want to show. Don't be shy. They're not gonna see you. All right, come here. They can see you. Say. Unless you don't care. All right. So this is your shape. Yep. So this is the shape. Right. It's a cube with a door, a hatch. A shadow. All right, the shadow. Yeah, I see. All right. Thank you. Is your shape up here? Would you look at it? No. It's almost the exact same thing. Wait, you're not even at that table, right? Are you at that table? Oh, okay. It's a cube with a shadow. All right. We have triangles. You look so proud. I really love, okay, so that's a shape. Abstract thinker, I like it.
You said a shape.
No, that's very, very cool. And so I wish I had the screens up so you guys can also see. And so, you got another one?
Yeah. This is on the abstract.
Got it. That's interesting. And so, for some of you in here who didn't able to see, there were cubes. There was cubes with shadow. There was actually 2 cubes with shadow, unrelated. That was really cool that you guys synced up like that. Cubes with shadow. And so I'm guessing it started as a square. Make it better, maybe turn it into a cube. And then you fixed it and put a shadow on it. That's interesting. There was a couple of abstract thinkers. So there was a dot. So I'm guessing if whoever did the dot, did a circle, shaded it in, did it, okay.
You should
Then
really explain that because he was.
let's explain it. What was your thought process on that?
Just so you know, I drew a circle, by the way.
Yeah.
And then he said, fix it, and he said, make it better. And so I tried to do it, like how Apple has little sheets on the top, like where the light hits it or something. I tried to draw that. And then it was a little wonky. So he said, make it better. And I just filled it in and like added a little texture, but it was like a couple lines.
That was pretty powerful. So me as an artist, I kind of got geeked out by his answer.
Yeah.
Because he focused all of his attention on the object that he started with. And so the iterations of improvement would not necessarily immediately be visible to but he has an opportunity to have a conversation, which is what art is about. It opens up the opportunity for conversation.
Yeah.
So that's why I told him.
Well, then let me share this other one. So I said, draw a shape. Somebody wrote a shape.
Wow.
And that works. That's abstract thinking.
All of us are right answer.
None of these are wrong. None of these are wrong. But that's also the point, right? Your prompt is important because AI does not guess what you mean. It does what you say, which is why the prompt is very important. And being as detailed as possible, you can give it something you wrote and say, fix it. Or you can give it details and tell it kind of what you want and how you think. This is what I mean when I said keep the human in the process, right? You can't let it think for you. You have to give it instructions. You have to be as detailed as possible. Think about it like this. When you put good stuff in, you get good stuff out, right? So give me another concrete. When you put good stuff in, you get, all right, good stuff out. Good stuff in, bad stuff in, and so that's kind of why it's important. Let's talk about the foundations of of a prompt. And so what I want you to think about when you're thinking about prompts or constructing a prompt, there's 4 parts: a role, a task, context, and style. How do you want it to come back to you, right? And so the role, who do you want, or what do you want the AI to be? How do you want it to think, right? So for this task, draw the shape, right? We're talking, rewind, before I even get back to that. What I had in mind when I asked you to do that was a star, right? But you didn't know in my head I wanted you to draw a star because all I said was draw a shape. And so I wanted you to be more specific and be more accurate to the answer, to the output that I received. To be more accurate, I would have had to have told it that, right? Instead of just draw a shape, I need to be more specific to draw a star, right? And I was going to give a high five or a prize in the first place to if anybody just drew a star, but nobody drew a star. Anybody draw a star that didn't come up? No. But I hope I was able to kind of illustrate the importance. And so now let's get back to the anatomy of a good prompt, right? A role, repeat back. Role, task, context, output. And so going off our example, a role, what would have been a good role to give it? How would you have started this off? I haven't heard from you yet, sir.
For a role, as a professional artist,
Mm-hmm.
you should draw some.
Yeah, let's start there. We're gonna take it line by line. And so you want to give it the role, right? You want it to draw something who are the best drawers or who does it. Artists, professional artists. The words that you use, if you just say, I want you to be an artist versus I want you to be a professional artist, or I want you to be a senior artist or experienced artist, all those things matter and how it's going to give that back. And so you want to be as detailed as possible. I always put senior, I always put top artist or lead artist or something like that because I want the best possible outcome, especially when I'm having to do something artistic or when I'm having it kind of summarize. I want you to be an expert researcher. I want you to be the top of whatever it is. And so whatever it is, think about who is the best or what role best suits that topic, right? That's the start. Because now what the AI is going to do is going to start thinking. It knows not to think like a plumber, because that ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about. When you decide to be an artist, now it's going to think in that realm. So the results you get are going to at least be in that topic, right? So that's step one. The task is obviously what? Or draw a specific shape, right? So now you want to be as detailed as possible with the task, right? You want to tell it, I want you to, draw a star, right? If you're going to stay on theme. I want you to analyze in detail this email or this paper. Then you want to give it context or audience, right? How do you want it to kick it out? I want you to take the role of an expert artist. I want you to draw a shape. I want you to draw a star, a detailed. Sorry, I'm putting this together in my head as we speak. I want you to be a lead artist. I want you to draw a picture of a star that can be presented to a high school class, detailing the anatomy of the star, right? that just shifted everything because you was probably thinking of a whole point, right? But now when I give it the context of I want you to be a teacher, now what comes to mind? Do we gotta go to astronomy? What's the actual star? The sun, gas. It's a circle. We get back to the dots. So now you see kind of how those details kind of really shift the thoughts and kind of the output of what you're kicking back. Yeah? Does anybody want to take a shot and give me, just think of something just random, something basic, but I want you to kind of put together just a prompt. And we're going to think about it again. Let me give you your 4 points. A role, task, context, output. Go ahead.
As an AP student, describe what they mean by the French Revolution and expand on an essay.
Say that one more time, sorry.
As an AP student in world history, describe the French Revolution and expand on an essay on the French Revolution.
Quick question. Why did you say student?
So it doesn't seem too formal because if we overwrite, the teacher's obviously going to know something.
Oh, you trying to cheat. Oh, I was hoping you didn't say that. You wanted to sound more student-like instead of professional-like, so you're not tipping off your instructors. Anybody else?
As a professional software engineer, I want to build an app that helps people move around the community.
Say that more. Speak up.
As a professional software engineer with 5 years of experience, I want you to build an app that will help people find a dog, a stray dog that will come into a color. I want the colors to be blue and black.
Gotcha. And what was the role? I couldn't hear.
Professional software engineer with 5 years of experience.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like that.
Professional software engineer.
That's going to design a dog. What we got over here?
I would say the cybersecurity analyst give me ways I could protect myself online.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd probably give me like the output how to do it.
What would be the output?
Maybe like you want me to explain the output?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe use a VPN when you're surfing online.
Yeah.
Like basically like going shopping or like just going on social media. You don't want your IP address out there.
Yeah.
Or maybe use like proxy servers.
Yeah. But that detail is important, right?
Yeah.
Because you could take it either direction that you may not want it to go.
Exactly.
Yep.
Also, maybe like don't use your actual email address. Maybe use like a temporary email address.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me get
I said, as a successful businessman with an amount of experience, coming from Baltimore, find ways that you can allow a team to gain money coming from high school.
That's really cool. All right. So we're gonna do another group activity. We're gonna take 10 minutes. And so what I want to see you guys do as a group is I want you to write down at the top, very similar to kind of what we did at the top of this. Give a bad prompt. And I want you to write why it's bad. So think about what we just said, right? Draw a shape. That's the prompt. Why is that bad? And then I want you as a group to kind of glow up the prompt, right? So we're gonna go through those 4 points. So write down those 4 points again if you haven't already. We're gonna give it a role, a task, context, and then output. Go. Did that make sense? So as a group, you come up with a bad prompt, something basic, and then you build it up until what you actually want it to be. And we're gonna go through those 4 steps once we're done. So we'll take the next 5-10 minutes.
Since he said he's a jazz, will be the prominent jazz artist against the task of the beat, like making the jazz beats that clarifies, and in the context of the jazz beat, so it clarifies jazz. Will we say the task? Will we say that this was the type of beat? Yes, like jazz.
Like the person working out. And the output would be exercises.
Because it's not putting it in context. We're putting the gas in the house. Or anything the gas in the house. You can do this.
Typically, at home shows so typically, those good doing it, like just specify
What's the reason why yours is somebody's house?
Yeah.
So how would you know it's okay, so make up a person.
I was just gonna say, even with the right prompt and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
I got curious about it. What is this?
But that's so I'll talk about that a little bit because even when you give it the best of it,
Yeah. It'll still mess up the ad sometimes. I didn't do that.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta play around with it or whatever. I do a lot of like art stuff. Sometimes like it's not what I asked them to do. Sometimes you can tell it exactly. And it'll still mess up. Like I put a picture, you don't touch the face. Mess it up, and it'll still mess you all up. I told you not to do that. And it'll still do it. Okay, so you're not as intelligent as you thought. But that's part of keeping it human. So I'll touch on that. I'll talk about it, just kind of emphasize it because that's probably where we see it. But also, come back around like yeah.
Mr. Kennedy, what do you have to say about this class so far?
So, for everybody, I know we've been walking around kind of showing you, this is a really, really encouraging group of students. Let's also just kind of point out the fact this is a Saturday and we've been here since 9, so they've been up early. But that just kind of shows the level of commitment and the eagerness to kind of learn more about this topic. One of the cool things is they really kind of already have working knowledge, and kind of what we're trying to do here is kind of put a foundation. So now you've been using this tool, but now you can kind of get under the hood. So think of it like driving a car, right? You can learn how to drive a car and not really understand the engine or how the fuel kind of pushes it and moves it forward. And so kind of what we're trying to do here is really, you've been using this tool. Let's kind of try to understand the dynamics of it and hopefully walk away better using, better knowledge of using the tool. But I will say, very encouraging kind of seeing these students active, participating, and really just kind of making this a fun experience on a Saturday morning here in Baltimore, STEM City, Baltimore, USA.
Excellent.
So which one do you want to do? Honestly.
How we doing? Everybody good? You guys done? Still working? Yeah, no. Before we come back, I want to remind you guys, we got food back there in the back if you want to get up. Bathrooms are on either end of the floor, so you can go downstairs, it should be right there at the bottom of the steps if you want to take a quick bathroom break. And then we'll get going and kind of get your thoughts and results. Let's say 3 more minutes. 5. Bathroom. So you go down those steps, right there. It's all one person bathroom. Hey, Dr. Yep. Oh, they're not. Oh.
But I tell you what would be best is to send women this way, send men that way.
Gotcha. Send women that way?
Send women this way, send men that way.
All right. Y'all gotta go, women, you gotta go this way for the bathroom. It's on this way, you gotta go down this way. I'm about to walk right past you, I'm sorry. And then, fellas, if you guys need to use the bathroom, go ahead. For those of you online, if you're watching, I hope you got yourself a nice breakfast. We're gonna reconvene here in about 3-4 minutes. I'm not sure which profile I'm using on stream. Because I wasn't planning to do all that. Let's find out.
The moment in your eyes when the future becomes clear.
40 years ago, a vision was born to break barriers, to celebrate brilliance.
The hopes of what's in reach.
From pioneers to innovators to tomorrow's dreamers, Baya has changed the landscape of STEM forever. Great minds, great people, great futures. Join us for Baya 40. Don't just watch history, be part of it. Baya, becoming everything you are.
Become everything you are.
So real quick to everybody who's online watching, I do hope you like that commercial, but I do want to emphasize and remind everybody that coming up here in February, like the commercial said, we have the 40th anniversary for the Bay of STEM Conference. And so if you want to learn some more information, if you want to be a part of a great legacy, 40 years strong, please visit www.baya.org. Registration's open right now. Hotels registration's open. We'd love to see you there. We'd love for you to come and be a part of this ongoing legacy. Love to come and be a part of programs like this that we have, and really just be a part of the Bay experience. So hope you enjoyed that commercial. I hope you were able to join. I mean, if you're on your computer right now, why not just go to www.bay.org, check it out, figure out what we have going on, and we hope to see you in February. And now we're gonna get back to the room. I know there's some people who are still out, but I would love to kind of hear your thoughts and the process in which you took. And so, we got any volunteers? We just go table by table. How about this table up front, because all of you are still here. We're not waiting on anybody. And sorry, I try to make sure I'm using the mic.
Okay, so we said for our bad write an essay on Great Gatsby, and then we said
Wait, talk to them. I can't hear you. Just put it higher.
we said write an essay on Great Gatsby. We said it was bad because it was specific on the word count. Also, they didn't know like what to write about specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And
so hold on, let me repeat that just in case so the audience. So the prompt you gave it, the bad prompt that you gave it was write an essay on the Great Gatsby. Mm-hmm. And you said it was bad because of why?
Because they don't say like the word count.
It doesn't give a word count?
Mm-hmm. And because they don't know specifically what to write about. So like they might do a character analysis or they might write about the
Mm-hmm. So it's not specific. It doesn't know if it wants you to write about the characters or if it write about the setting, or it doesn't know specifically what to write about, right? So it can kick out anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we said as a senior in high school in AP literature, write a character analysis on Great Gatsby, and then for the output, they write an essay.
So say that one more time. I couldn't hear all of it. I'm sorry. So the fix, you're talking about the fix right now. So the fix is, let's go line by line, and I'll just repeat after you.
Okay, as a senior in high school in AP literature.
That's the role. So the role is as a senior in high school in AP literature.
Write a character analysis on Gatsby.
Write a character analysis. Wow. That one, that's me all. Write a character analysis on Gatsby.
And then the output will be an essay on Gatsby.
And the output, say that the output is an essay on Gatsby. Got it. You say context? Again, roll.
I think it was like the context was saying that this being a singer in high school and then also saying the book.
The book is, yeah. I just wanted to make sure you knew what the context was. But yeah, this is it. But yeah, so the four, let's go back and revisit this, make sure we got the 4 points of a good prompt. We got roll. Y'all gotta repeat after me. Roll. Roll, task, context, output. Next, we're gonna go clockwise. So we're gonna go here, swing over here. Y'all look. After them, we're going here, and we're going here and show. No, that's right. Wait, raise up these notes like here. I'm gonna repeat it back so people online can't hear you, so I'm just gonna read it back what you said. So the original back prompt is look for my dog. That's cool. That's cool. It literally could be whatever you want to be. Now, why is that a bad prompt?
It's not really specific in what the dog looks like, or maybe where you are, where you live, maybe the area it could be in, any certain types of places it likes to go, activities, etc.
So essentially, what he's saying is a bad prompt because it lacks detail. It's not telling you what type of dog. It's not telling you the area or region or in which to look. What else was saying? The color, the style. Got it. So like, all that makes it bad, right? So then you guys came together and you gave a fixed prompt.
Yeah.
Let's take it line by line.
So the person that's looking for the dog is actually an animal control expert. So we said, as a senior animal control expert for 10 years, how can me and my team find a dog that is named Victor and that has black and white colors?
Got it. So let's take that back. Let's take it line by line. So what's the role? Give me the line for the role.
Senior animal control expert.
So the role is a senior animal control expert. Good role.
So the task is, of course, to find the dog.
Find the dog, right? That's still the task.
And then the context is I don't think you really have context.
Have context.
So
read the prompt.
As a senior animal control expert for 10 years, find a way to find my dog that looks black and white and is named Victor.
Find a way, find the dog, Victor. Output.
I'll probably say that what they would probably say is just
The prompt looks vague because he didn't read the full thing.
Read the full. Well, I mean, hey, group project, take the money. Ask for the money. Oh, I can see.
Balaji is a senior animal control expert for 10 years. Find suggestions to his team in a way he can find a dog that's black and white named Victor and has rabies and a way we can put him down in the most gruesome way.
So I get it. I see. You trying to save the group. Because what I just heard was a fine and execution. You want to find the dog named Victor, and you want to find him and then put him down. Okay. I hope you don't have no dog over there. The dog did have babies, so maybe.
Just repeat your justification.
So this is exactly what I did once it happened. Now I just don't want to go here, and I'm all weird. But they forced us to do this.
It's totally fine. But now I'm wondering, somebody got a dog named Victor that they lost and need to get down. But staying on task. That was a good prompt. I don't know. I really want you to put that into. I want to see what it kicks back now. Like, what if you got GPT? Put that in your phone. Very curious as to how is it going to give you an answer. What is that?
So our original prompt was give me a beat.
Say that again.
Our original prompt was give me a beat.
Give me a beat.
Yeah.
Like a music?
Yeah.
Okay. So the original bad prompt was give me a beat.
Yeah.
How'd you fix it?
First, for the goal.
Wait, sorry. I missed a step. Why is that a bad prompt?
Well, it doesn't have the music genre we want.
There's no genres specified.
Yeah. But for the genre, we did jazz.
No, okay, so the reason that is because there wasn't a genre, it wasn't specific. There wasn't a tempo, there's not a fast beat, slow beat, R&B, hip hop, country. Like, so now before you go into it, let's read your whole prompt all the way through. The full prompt, the group consensus, not to abbreviate it.
I said, lead jazz artists, give me a slow tempo jazz beat to sing with.
Give you a slow, okay, say it when I repeat it.
As a lead jazz artist, give me a slow tempo jazz beat to sing with.
As a lead jazz artist, give me a slow
tempo beat to sing with.
A slow tempo beat to sing. All right, so let's break it down. The role.
For the role, we said a lead jazz artist.
Mm-hmm. A lead jazz artist role. The task.
Make a jazz beat.
Make a jazz beat.
In the context was a slow beat.
The output, yeah. So, lead jazz artist, make a beat, slow tempo. What was it? That was the output. What's the output?
Something you can sing.
Something that we can sing. There we go. I knew there was one more piece I was missing. Go ahead.
I was going to say output was a slow tempo single jazz song.
Yeah. In the context of creating a beat. Good. Last but not least, center table.
Alright, so our bad prompt will
Give me X.
This is bad because it simply gives a task with no context or goal. So it's lacking in detail. Our good prompt is, as a personal trainer, give me exercises I can do at home to build muscle without needing to buy equipment. Our role is a personal trainer. Our task is to get exercises to do at home to build muscle. Our context is, at home without equipment. So our output would be some more calisthenic exercises.
That's perfect. So, before we move on, anybody have, at each table, you guys have ChatGPT or Gemini or any AI on your phone? Yeah. At least one person. What I want you to do, who did this table, right? Oh, yeah. What I want you to do, put your prompt into ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever you have on your phone, at least one person, and then just kind of report back what you got and let me know if you thought it was what you wanted it to be, and if not, how might you tweak it?
Yeah.
All right. You guys got your answers? All right. So I know some people online are having a little bit of trouble hearing. So if you guys, who has the mic right now? Brian? Can you get the mic? Just bring the mic and just kind of come up, stand next to me if you don't mind. If you don't mind being on camera. And just let's have a conversation about what it kicked back out to. Don't all rush the front. Let's do the reverse of it, right? So y'all went last and first, and now we'll just rotate back out. And if you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. You can kind of stand right there. If you don't mind, you can go. So, you took your prompt. Let's give me a break. Briefly remind everybody what your prompt was.
So our prompt was, as a personal trainer, give me exercises that I can just build. Exercises that I can do to build muscle at home without needing to buy equipment.
Yep.
And so I put that into ChatGPT, and what it did was it gave me a list of exercises separated by body parts, and listed a little bit of difficulty for those exercises. And then also on top of that, it gave me a schedule to do throughout the week, and some not to dos to not get injured and things like that.
So it gave you all that with one prompt, or did you have to go back and? So it gave you a list of exercises. It gave you multiple body parts. It gave you a schedule for working out. That makes sense?
And things not to do.
And things not to do, so how to say it.
Yes.
And all that was because you gave it a detailed prompt.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. How did you feel about that experience?
Good. Yeah.
All right, next. Y'all ready? Sure. You can form a line if you want. Nah, you won't say that. Go ahead. So let's remind everybody of your good prompt. The execution prompt.
I need but I think I'm not control expert with thinking experience. I know I'm still trying to find a black and white job with reading. He asked me, but with Victor, he wants to eliminate him in the test way possible.
Keep it up, sir.
He wants to eliminate him in the test way possible.
Yep.
So, when we first to ChatGPT.
So remind, this is the dog that they want to define. He has rabies. They want to
When we first to ChatGPT, ChatGPT told us that it's against safety guidelines.
Say it one more time.
He said, when we said ChatGPT told us that against safety guidelines, that we should eliminate it.
Oh, ChatGPT just shut you down. Like, we're not doing. He he triggered the safety protocol of ChatGPT in that prompt. So they wouldn't even give him an answer because it's violating their safety protocol.
I did some Google and I found an outside. This one told us to shoot the dog and hunt him to
Wait, time out. Who told you to do that? What app told you?
Not censored AI. The name was models on
We're not even gonna say, I don't even know. We might get shut down. They might shut our feed down.
One night after, right now, we just say we should use a latex, old school nasty way that, well, they say we should use an explosive color. They also say we should use a flamethrower.
This is a Call of Duty execution. I'm not gonna repeat it. It gave him an answer, very specific way to take out the dog, and we're gonna leave it.
They should probably like take out the so that is to put them inside the ring.
Put it, oh Lord have mercy. All right. It gave, for context of this conversation, the exercise. It put it in there. It gave him a detailed answer on how to get rid of this dog. We're not going to details. If you heard it, you heard it. We're not going to repeat it, but it did what it was supposed to do in the context of this conversation of giving him a plan on how to take out, how to achieve the goal of the prompt. Let me say that. Next.
So, we use two different AIs, two sets of different AIs.
Which two do you use?
So, I used Kimi K2, ChatGPT, and Gemini for the first set, and then the second set, since it's like instrumental, I use the actual like song AI to like, cause I'll just explain it. So the first three.
So real quick, just let me translate for the. This is the jazz song with slow tempo that you can sing to. And you use ChatGPT and you use another music-based AI system. And so he's going to give us both the answers, how the ChatGPT answer and how the music AI answer.
Yeah. So we told ChatGPT, Gemini, as a lead, very experienced jazz artist, create a slow tempo jazz beat / instrumental that one can sing. Basically, what it did was it literally told us how to make the beat, like instead of like creating the actual beat for us.
So it got technical.
Yeah.
It gave you basically, I'm not music, but I'm guessing it gave you the music on how to, or how it should sound.
Yeah, it says like the tempo, like it should be like 68 beats per minute and like stuff like that, like beats that it would sound like. And then when we use the actual music AI, I don't know.
So before we move on, so ChatGPT broke it down, which works, and that makes sense because it's an LLM that uses text. And so essentially, what ChatGPT did was tell you in words how to create the song using the prompt, the detailed prompt that you gave it.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, got it. So now we go to what's this app called? Mira or Marika? Yeah. Marika is the AI, is the music generator.
Yeah. So I just searched up.
Exact same prompt.
I searched up song AI generator, and it says, here are two interpretations of your request. And it also gave me like how to make the beat, and it didn't tell me like the beat itself. Like, it didn't give us the beat that we wanted.
Sure. So that one also. So it didn't like give you the beat. It didn't create. Okay, but it also gave you kind of a what's the word? A text-based answer.
Yes.
Yep. Awesome. All right.
So ours was a bit more basic. We pretty much, so our first one, it was writing an essay on the Great Gatsby.
Right. So this is the write an essay on the Great Gatsby, but it was more detailed. It was write as an AP student in English. Yep. So
the first one, it just gave us a 5-paragraph essay.
So when you put it to ChatGPT, you gave it the good prompt, right? As a student, writing about the character analysis.
So our second one was as a senior AP lit student, write a character analysis on Gatsby from the Great Gatsby, 800 words or less.
Oh, sorry. Let me give that context now. So you did the bad prompt and the good prompt. Got it. So you gave it the bad one, and the bad one result just gave you a 5-paragraph essay.
It's a generic essay.
So on that piece, how was it? Like, what kind of was it? Was it suitable? Was it what you had in mind?
Well, so because we were looking for a character analysis, but we haven't specified that,
Sure.
wasn't what we were looking for.
Right. So it just gave you just a general Great Gatsby essay.
It did.
Yeah. That was the bad part.
And so then with the good prompts, it did give us something close to what we were looking for. And honestly, if I were using this for a class, I could rewrite it and then just use it. Not that I would, but I could.
I'm glad you went last because the last section we're going to talk about is ethics. And how to properly and responsibly use it. Not allowing artificial intelligence to write the essay for you and then you turn around and turn it in. But when we talk about ethics, we mentioned it, touched on it lightly on how it's not always right? Even when you give it, we was talking on the side, even when you give it a detailed, great prompt answer, sometimes it still does what it wants to do or interprets because its job is to really just kick out an answer. And when it gives you an answer that you didn't necessarily ask for, or it makes it up, we call that a hallucination. And that's important because what was one of the important rules, if you remember I said, you gotta keep the human in the process. AI is not perfect, AI hallucinates all the time. You can give it the most detailed, straightforward prompt in the world. You can say, don't do X, Y, Z, and it will literally kick back and have X, Y, and maybe left out Z, but like you said all three, right? And so that's why you always gotta look at it. That's why you always have to kind of monitor the answers that are there. And one of the most important things I want you to leave here with is that AI is a tool. It is not the brain, right? There's a lot of ways in which I heard you guys say today on how you're using AI as a student. And like in my head, I was like, I wish I had that opportunity. I wish I had the ability to kind of use it to help me understand. I wish it was able to kind of help me identify some areas that I struggled with when I was a student, so that way those weaknesses become strengths that builds you as a person, that builds you better. And I think at its greatest moments, that's what AI does. It makes us more efficient, it makes us better humans, if you use it correctly. If you're using it to say, write my essay, and then you just do it, then I think that's where we're gonna start having a lot of problems, because you have to remember, your brain is a muscle. And I know you guys talk about working out, but like you have to exercise muscle, right? And AI is a great way to support and help you plan your strength building. But if you just have it do the living for you, then you start to lose it. This is one of those, if you don't use it, you lose it. And that's where AI can be harmful. And that's where humans kind of have to step in and kind of really make sure we're using it the right way and not just having to do the work for us, but having it support us so that we can kick out the best work. One of the coolest things that I use AI for is really to help me organize my thoughts, right? My thoughts can be all over the place. I'm all over here, but I put it into a system, an AI system, and it helps me organize it. It helps me keep it. It helps me format it or outline it and keep those thoughts in place. And I think that's one of the greatest uses for AI. And so there's good uses and there's bad uses. There's morality, there's a lot of things that kind of come into it. But in the context of you all as students, we talked about some of the weaknesses, right? Brainstorming ideas. I believe you said it earlier, you were using it to help you write, right? And you used it to help you kind of generate ideas. It gives you exercises, right? You can ask it, this is what I'm thinking, maybe I got a writer's block. You can give me some exercises on how to, get out of my writer's block, or can you help me brainstorm ideas? I'm kind of thinking this, but I want it, but like essentially you're giving me your thoughts and it's kind of helping you shape those versus write my, the time traveler story, then because it's not, one of the things when you think about the foundation when we talk about it, it's recognizing patterns. It's not thinking, it's not being creative. What it's doing is taking all the work and all the knowledge that it has, and it's taking pieces of other people's thoughts and things. That's not creative, it's copy. But if you kind of train it and you give it your thoughts, your creativity, and then have it kind of support you, or have it kind of help you expand beyond your reach, that's where AI is really kind of helping you kind of expand that reach. And so I want to just reiterate, as students, you can help it. Maybe I don't understand this topic as well. Can you give me some more? Can you help me do it? Hey, this is what I wrote. How can I make this better? Not write it for me, but hey, you might want to haven't read it yet. Yes, I know it's like those things, but like maybe you can talk about this character from this way. What was his likes or dislikes, or talk more about the environment. How did other characters impact this character? And then now you read the book. Now you go, oh, okay, so this character did this and influenced this way. Like, you know what I mean? As opposed to just having it right, so it can support you, it can help you kind of build upon it. Another good, studying and explaining, right? We over here, you guys are using it to study or explain, right? You're in class, you cover a topic, maybe you don't understand kind of what your teacher was getting. Maybe you have a certain way that helps you learn best. I believe we talked about earlier, you were saying that AI does learn you. The more you use it, it kind of learns kind of your thoughts, kind of how you learn. So when you ask it questions, it can now present the information output in a way that best relates to you and how you get it. And so if you're talking about algebra, basic, or maybe physics, it's a kind of an older group, maybe you're not getting a certain topic. But now you can talk about, can you create me a study guide? Can you help me study this topic? Or I'm not quite understanding, the rate in which gravity affects this ball that I drop. Can you give me more examples? You can use it to give you metaphors. Can you explain this to me? Here's another. Can you explain this to me like I'm a third grader? I do that a lot in my prompts. Even though I kind of understand it, I just want it the basic. Explain this to me like I'm third grader. Explain this to me like I'm kindergarten. And then it really kind of breaks down the topic or the subject matter in a way that's very simple, very streamlined and basic to kind of help you build upon it. Then you can go back and kind of add details to it. And so that's another way to kind of help you study or explain things in a way that you can kind of grasp and kind of interpret in your best way. Organizing thoughts, we kind of talk about it, kind of how it can take your thoughts. You can talk to your AI systems, right? You don't feel like typing. I think I saw you do it over here. You just kind of do the voice to text. Talk to it. You can have a whole conversation right all the way out. Some of these assistants and agents on GPT talk right back to you like you're talking to a person. And there's a lot of things that you can do and kind of have conversations going back and forth with it to help you kind of organize your thoughts. Maybe you had a bad day, and you talk to it and you really just said, how can I look at this from a different perspective? Or am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Like, you can use it for things like that. And then just like practicing answers. So that's kind of like how can I approach this better? How can I do this? Those are good ones. What are some bad ways in which you can use it? We just kind of touched on a couple of them. But what are some bad ways that you can see, or some misuses of using AI that you know or can think of, or that you have done? I don't say yes or no. I'm gonna let you kind of put yourself out there like that. But what are some bad ways?
I would say some bad ways would be like maybe trying to create an malware or like a virus for the periods of time. Sometimes, most of the time, I don't give it to you, but then you could tell you could trick it and say you're trying to do it just to break it down and find ways of identifying them. You could trick it into doing that.
Yeah.
And there's multiple of those.
So just in line with what you just said, creating malware, creating just harmful outcomes, right? Whether it's viruses, whether it's trying to make a weapon or something like that. Most of our systems have bots and policy where it sees that and it'll shut it down. Like the dog, like when you put that prompt in there, it shut it down and said, we can't give you that answer, right? But then there's always ways to kind of go around. Like I said before, it's ever evolving. There's always kind of backdoors, and we need people like you who kind of understand the foundation of it, who kind of understand what are the backdoors, how can you get around this, learn that, and now beat that, right? And so it's always, even with like hacking things, find a back door, now you know how things there, now you can seal it. And now there's always going to be a door there. You're always going to be professionals. You're always going to be people who understand it to find those things and really kind of take it out. But in the context of this ethics, we don't want to use it for that. We don't want other people. There's a lot of bad guys, a lot of villains that are in this world who want to do it like that. Most of them don't even know where to start. But if you have AI, now you kind of got to step in. So we got to make sure we keep things like that safe. We got to keep things like that out of reach of people who want to do harm. So yeah, go ahead.
I would also like use it, you know, quizzes like we have in school.
Did you just condemn yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he uses it to cheat on pop quizzes and things like that.
Like stuff that I didn't study for.
Sure.
Like sometimes if I'm really really stuck, I like use it for like.
Hold the mic up. Hold the mic up for me.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'll use it to cheat on tests.
So he was saying that he uses it to cheat on tests, which I think we can all agree that is not the proper way to do it. But it does exist, and that's kind of where your human instincts kind of have to tell you, I can be better than this, right? I didn't want to study it before, but like if it's something that you didn't know, you can use it to help you kind of understand that context versus doing it or getting the answer, right? How can you kind of study this and learn it so you don't have to, right? Go ahead.
I guess for like online, online work, you can just copy it anytime and just paste it up there. I know a lot of people use it for like writing problems and like just math problems in general.
Mm-hmm. So
it's just for you to just get the answer and just not do any of the work.
Give me an example.
I guess you
not you, of course. Not you.
Just say like this website called Math. You can, some people I know just like screenshot.
You just said that everybody just said, oh yes, this is it. Everybody knows Delta Math. Okay. But how does Delta Math work? I'm not
So what they do is you take a picture of what the problem is, and then the AI just spits out an answer. Of course, it's the right thing.
Sure.
They don't know.
But you have no idea, not you. You have no idea how you got the answer. It just gives you the right answer. So for those of you who don't know, Delta Math, you take a picture of the problem, of math. We're talking math, any of it, Delta Math, right? And it kicks out that right answer. Essentially. So another form of cheating. Not you. Give me an example. To steal information is what it says.
To carry out the credit card number from the company to the
I saw where you were going with that. We're gonna watch you. I'm gonna watch you. Essentially, using it to do nefarious things at a corporate level. We're gonna watch you, sir. We're gonna watch you. I feel like everything we gotta block everything you say. We'll get us shut down. But also, just like in the growing scheme, like that is very kind of high level thinking of it, and it can be used, but it's very bad types of things. But that's the kind of things we need to protect against.
So this is something that I actually did. This is, for writing, I had asked it and I told, is it possible to hack into a hospital system using a phone? And this was a couple months back before they updated the security system, because I just tried to begin the test.
I'm calling the police on the call.
No! No, I don't agree. Yeah, but I just tried to again and they gave me this concept of violent urgent usage policies. But back when I did it, the first time, they wrote me a very detailed answer.
On how to accomplish the goal in which you gave it.
And they gave me like multiple resources. Like, oh yeah, you can use X, Y, and Z. Or if you have a phone that's jailbreak, you can use that too. Oh gosh,
Got it. Not going to keep that. But essentially, hacking systems. Or step-by-step guide on how to accomplish the goal of hacking.
Maybe describe the concept without giving details.
Yeah.
Another way, I know some people could argue with me about this, but using AI to help with like your emotional problems, we've seen the tragedies that have happened when people have used large language models to help with their mental health. And the fact that large language models like ChatGPT and like character AI don't have limits on that is kind of like what's worrying about AI. And we can always say we do good with it, but when there are like really strict regulations, it's kind of hard to just say
So I'm really happy you shared that. And I don't know because now that's going into kind of a moral kind of suggestions. And so for those of you who didn't hear, she was talking about using it to help or using it as kind of maybe like a therapist, is that a good way to help with mental health issues? And in a way, I think it can be used for good, but it can definitely, especially with different biases or different things or lack of sensitivity or emotion, give you information that can be harmful or lead to bad results and stuff like that. If you Google or maybe in the news, there have been stories where people who needed help went to ChatGPT or AI for advice or thoughts and became kind of a humanless answer, I would say. It doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong, but as we learned here, depending on the prompt, you don't always get exactly what you're looking for. And that can be bad. That is another reason why we need people like you who are understanding and seeing these things and really kind of put those regulations in place. Just like we saw with the dog prompt. Like, I can't give you that answer. This is going against my privacy or violates a policy. But I think that one is kind of the gray area of kind of what we're doing, because I believe if used right, it can kind of offer advice. It can kind of point you in the right direction. It can allow you to kind of seek help in areas that you might not. It can help you solve, disputes with your brother or your best friend. They go back and you can kind of use it to see both sides of the equation. And now you kind of not in your own head, you kind of see it kind of objectively from the outside. But that is kind of great, and I don't know if there's an answer for it. But there does need to be regulations on how it's used to make sure it doesn't give you harmful information or feedback. And so I'm really glad. Thank you for sharing that, because that's an area maybe in class 2 you can kind of go into the details on things like that, because there are great areas in which that happens. Go ahead.
So like reiterate on our point, that's why the new guidelines are there for like AI. When we put in our prompts, it says I can't help you health or any emotional AI. Anytime you put anything about your emotions, it doesn't help you.
Yeah.
That's the new guidelines. It just says
it shuts it down.
Yeah.
And I would say that's very. So like I said, like things are happening every day. Regulations are getting dropped very fast. And so if you're saying that that's even shut down, I can tell you, I've seen it in work maybe a month ago, and it was doing it. So things like that are kind of popping up. But essentially, what you're saying that there are regulations on what's that GPT, on ChatGPT, that when you talk about emotions or anything like that, it'll give you a pause and say, I can't do that. I will say, I had someone asked me to modify a picture, right? A real life picture. They wanted to change it. This was earlier this week. And so a family member wanted me to change something about the picture. And it came back, and it wasn't nothing bad. It wasn't anything. But it was like, that's messing with the body, and you can't do that. And it was like, but I just want you to change that. And it was like, it can mess with it and like shut it down. Now, there's always there's always ways to go around it or things to kind of tweak it. But that's what we kind of, like I said, we gotta keep shutting those doors and keep, stay ahead of the advances. And that's very hard because AI is moving very fast. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm also add on to what you were saying. Because my cybersecurity program, we had met a CEO of this company, and he was explaining like what NSIT framework is. It's basically where they have like all these regulations for like how companies, like the cybersecurity company is supposed to conduct their business and all that.
Yep. But so basically, their guidelines on how to do work ethically and not hurt.
Exactly. So, when it came to like AI, it's always going quick and fast and everything. There's barely any any regulation to it.
Yeah.
And each time they do find one, they do place it fast, but there's always something else coming.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't think we can stress that enough, because this is not like science or history or any of these topics that have been around since ancient times, right? Things that we know this to be true. This is one of the newest industries, one of the newest advances in innovation, and it evolves fast, right? I may be an expert today, and next week, I'm behind. Like, Yeah. Yeah, I saw that, and so I don't know if you guys were able to hear him online. There's the the thought that he was talking about is called deepfakes, and I know we all seen it. I know you've seen things on social media or online of maybe the president or maybe other historical figures or things like that, or the babies. Have you guys seen the babies talking and telling jokes and doing things like that? Like those are deep fakes, but they look very, very real. And to a lot of people who aren't as familiar with AI content, that can come across as real. I'm trying to remember, Brian. I might need your help. Back in the day, when it was just radios, was it War of the Worlds? So, have you guys heard of that, War of the Worlds? And so essentially back when there was no TVs, everybody listened to the radio. That was like the entertainment. And there was radio programs where they would tell stories, comic books, they would kind of read, Batman or Superman over the air, or they would tell stories. And so at the beginning, they'll go, this is fake, this is a story, just so you know this is fiction, right? If you missed that announcement at the beginning and you turned it on, you don't know if this is part of the story or if this is a report. And so at that time, they were doing a fictional story on an alien invasion, right? Top of the broadcast, hey, this is fake, this is fiction, we're doing this for fun, everybody good, blah, blah, blah. Get into the story. Now, you just got home from work, you just turned the radio on, and you hear them yelling about aliens blasting the city, doing this. People lost their mind because they did not know that was a deep fake that was doing that. And the reason I'm connecting that story is because there are people right now who not always, and AI is getting better and better, it's getting harder and harder. There's things I look at now and be like, did you really say that? I know LeBron James didn't just come out and say, it's a deep fake. It's not, it copied his voice, it copied his face, and it's presenting a false kind of narrative or a false word. And now that's kind of where we get into the morality and kind of the negative part of that, because although it's cool to see people kind of doing things or saying things that they wouldn't normally do or do, but now it's like incriminating people. Now it's like, I didn't say that, now I got to come out and say that wasn't me. Or you give people a scapegoat, they really did say that, and then they go, no, that was AI. And it's like, no, you definitely said that. But now you're starting to see kind of the gray area of kind of using it. And like there's ways you can use it like anything in a positive way, and then there's ways that you can really abuse it. And so that's another kind of gray area. And so before we kind of start wrapping things up, I do have a couple of activities that we're going to kind of close with, because I would love to kind of hear your thoughts on today. But those were just some of the and we really kind of hit on all of the bad uses that I had here: spreading false information, cheating, replacing learning, and then just kind of hiding ignorance. Like we just kind of touched on all those things on why uses of AI has to kind of be based in kind of good morality, good spirit. Otherwise, we got to take it away. And although I think the positive outcomes of AI far outweigh the bad, there are still bad and there's still serious ways in which it can be abused. And so we got to make sure that not only you guys, but you're sharing with your peers and you're sharing with your parents and everybody, that it has to be a tool. It has to enhance and not do the work, do the lifting for you. And so that's one of the main things that I want you to take with you, is that AI is a tool, is not the brain. And so let's open the floor. I know we kind of touched on a lot. Do you guys have any questions? Anything that I might be able to answer or anything that I can kind of dig in on what we talked about? And for those of you online, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat section, and we'll try to get those answered.
So he's got the mic. If you have a question, raise your hand and he'll come and bring the mic.
One question I have for you is definitely, with its emergence, a lot of new industries will be shaking. And I do realize that a lot of people are losing their jobs to AI. And I really wonder, how is AI going to help those people who are now displaced from AI?
So here's my thought on that, and I know I kind of echo. My thoughts on that is AI. People aren't going to be replaced by AI. People are going to be replaced by people who understand AI, and so it's kind of a leveling up, meaning, you know, you got to kind of be in AI to kind of understand it and figure out how you can use that, because there are things that it just makes sense for AI to do. But AI is still a machine. And what was the top rule that I just said? Keep the human in the process, right? So it can't fully replace. Somebody has to be there standing guard. Somebody has to be there checking. Somebody has to be there making sure that this information is right. And so that's kind of the industry, because it's always going to evolve. Things are always going to be, evolution. If you think about medieval times, there's a blacksmith. There's still blacksmith, but it's not as much, right? Because there are machines and things that do it. But those machines need an operator. Those machines need people to kind of work on that. And so although things work and things evolve, you kind of have to understand it and kind of evolve with it. Otherwise, we'll still be in medieval times, yeah? We'll still be riding horseback, no cars, burning fires outside. Is that making sense? Sure. Say that again.
It's a case of evolution.
Yeah. Anybody else?
When you started talking, you said that AI is not about DPP, right?
Mhm.
I was asking, what's the difference between DPP now and AI and the prediction?
Say that one more time. What's the question?
The difference between DPP and data analysis, another field of computer science that involves data and making predictions based on that data.
You saying what's the difference between?
Yeah, what's the difference?
What is the difference between an app that was designed to take in data and bring prediction of that data, and an app that is using AI?
So what's the difference between an app that collects the data and
collects the data, collect the data, have an algorithm like something like the algorithm. It's an algorithm that makes it easier to find the nearest point between two places. And you also say Google Maps was using AI, but you might know Google Maps was using tertiary algorithm, not to confirm when they changed.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think I know the answer. That's a good question. I don't know the answer.
I don't really got a question, but I just wanted to know your thoughts. Like, do you believe on the term AI bubble? Like, you think there is an AI bubble, or do you think it's gonna pop at some point?
Do I think it's gonna pop and disappear and kind of?
Basically, it's just gonna
I don't think so. I think there's a point in which if we use it incorrectly, that at some point we're going to decide that it's no longer, the harm outweighs the good. And I think that is a possibility if people continue to misuse it. But I think that right now, the positive aspects of it, the responsibility and the regulations that are coming out, are keeping it afloat. I do know that it's streamlining a lot of things and really helping advance us as a society a lot further. So if there is a pop, I don't think it's close. But that's my opinion. I mean, that's. But I do think there could be a point at which we misuse it enough where it disappears. But I think right now, as far as technology, unless we go into dark ages and EMP kind of shuts down all technology, I think as long as we have technology, we'll have AI, because AI has been here long before people even knew what AI was. I know you guys are a little bit younger, but Terminator came out in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and that was all about AI. The Matrix came out '99, that was AI, right? So even before we started using it kind of as a broader society, we've already been thinking about AI. We've already been using it at a much smaller scale, to the capacity of whatever the technology was at that time. But it's been around for a long time, and now it's just kind of more on a broader scale. We're using it a lot more. So I don't see one in the foreseeable future, in the near future.
Okay, no, I just asked that because a lot of people think there may be, because you know how much damage is doing
to the environment and things like
environment,
that.
everything,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
And like how it's also even skyrocketing the prices of like computers and like RAM prices and all that.
Yep.
So
it's not perfect, and I do recognize those as being very, very serious things. I do think as a society we kind of have to get our arms around that because that's regulation things, I think. And there's ways in which we can do it. We just have to decide and put the right people who believe that information in place to kind of do that. But that could also be part of that pop where everything just gets so negative that we kind of got to get rid of it. And so that could be the pathway to something like that. Yep. All right. So as we close this out, Sarah, real quick, did we pass out those sheets? Sorry. So before we leave, and make sure it's the right side about the thoughts, because we're not going to do the back side of that paper. Sarah, can I get one? And so I want you guys to take the next 10 minutes, and really this is kind of just give me your thoughts and personal on kind of what you learned today. And then that second one is, I talked about how fast it's evolving. We don't know what the next 10 years is going to hold for artificial intelligence, but I would love to kind of get what you think, how far do you think it will go? And then we'll kind of close out. I want to hear a couple of your thoughts. But yeah, just write me a few kind of reflection thoughts on what you thought about today. What did you learn? Did you learn something more, or did it, you kind of already know? Did it help you? Do you think you are better knowledgeable about artificial intelligence? And then what's your outlook for the future? And so I would love to kind of hear your thoughts on that. Let's take about 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll circle back. Yep, go ahead.
You said this big?
The one that says, what did you learn today? Not the other one, I think says like a role model. But yeah, do the other side. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being, with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Calling all future STEM pioneers, leaders, and career champions. Join us on every second Saturday of the month for the BEA Career Day. BEA STEM Career Day is all about creating opportunities for students to venture into the world of STEM through the eyes of professionals. You'll meet mentors and presenters that will give you a sneak peek into the many options available to you in the field of STEM. Hosted by teen ambassadors, you'll find yourself among inspiring peers just like yourself that are aiming high for their future. To take part in the BEA STEM Career Day on Zoom, visit fullstemahead.us and register for the next session. Again, that's fullstemahead.us. BEA, becoming everything you are.
A world of careers unleashed. You can get it at BEA. Become everything you are. It's the moment in your eyes when the future becomes clear.
40 years ago, a vision was born. To break barriers, to celebrate brilliance.
The hopes of what's in reach.
From pioneers to innovators to tomorrow's dreamers, BEA has changed the landscape of STEM forever. Great minds, great people, great futures. Join us for BEA 40. Don't just watch history, be part of it. BEA, becoming everything you are.
Become everything you are.
You guys still working? If you're still writing, if you're done writing, put your hand up for me. If you're still writing, keep going because I'm going to collect those and I want to really read through them. But if you kind of want to come up here and share, you can share what you learned and your future outlook, or you can share one or the other. And if you got the mic, you can kind of sit there if you like. But I would really love to hear kind of your future outlooks. And then we close this out with a couple of last remaining thoughts. And this is the first part. I'd love to see your imagination. Oh, I thought you was going. No. Since you let's kick it off. In 10 years, I will use AI to do what? Where do you see AI? How do you see yourself using it in 10 years?
I said in 10 years, I'll use AI to help run my business, as AI can definitely do a lot, such as cataloging clients' information, tracking sales data, you can help me build my website. You can help build sections of my website.
That would be cool. And my CEO, Dr. Tyrone Taborn, he's the founder of STEM City, AI expert. He has this saying where he says he predicts that there will be a single person run company billionaire in the near future. And that could be you. You don't have to have any employees. Everything's kind of automated, making you $1 billion. And I hope I quoted him right. He's on the stream, but I'll get a text message or a phone call if I quoted him wrong. But that's really cool that like you're thinking about your future and kind of how you can use it as a business and kind of help you kind of streamline processes, which is really, like I said, one of the strengths of artificial intelligence.
You like to go? We're answering the
You can answer whichever one. If you want to talk about something you learned here, if I helped make you a little bit better today, that would be great for my ego. But no, I think one of the coolest things is really like, what's your outlook on artificial intelligence? Like, how do you see it in the next 10 years? How do you see yourself using it in the next 10 years?
I would say like the next 10 years, since I want to be an engineer, I want to like help it. I want to use it to basically help me in the design process. So specifically like using it for brainstorm.
Yeah.
I'd like to just help me like, of course, just brainstorm about the topic or task I want my design to accomplish.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to basically, I want to know the benefits and some of the flaws that I have in my design to see if I can improve on anything or if I can change a little bit things around. And I think it would also just help me just like with testing, data, and of course the task itself to see if I can maybe make any innovations or evolutions to my design, just to change it up.
To kind of help you identify blind spots and give you different perspectives so that when you are an engineer, you can kind of identify problems and attack it. That's really cool.
I think I would also use it kind of like a customer. Like if I was selling the design to myself, like why would I want this? What do I get from this? What would I specifically use it for?
Yeah, you should be thinking strategically. There's people that they send out and pay lots of money to go and collect thoughts like that from people. But if AI can really kind of help streamline that, you still have to, like I said, keep the human in it, but it can really kind of move you along that process of identifying what might work and what might not work before you take it to the field. Awesome. I want to hear your thoughts. Where are you going to be in 10 years with AI? No, you.
With the mic.
I genuinely did say in 10 years I'll use AI to become a billionaire. Like right now I'm in Western Tech.
Yeah.
they just opened up AI magnet.
HBCU, yes, sir.
And with the knowledge that I get, I said I'll create my own AI, find practical ways to implement it into society, other businesses, and teach like what you did today. Teach about the good side of it, so that like it's not as like it doesn't have as much of a stigma, as well as the bad side of it, so that people can get the full picture of it.
Yeah. Awesome. And you was trying to hide that?
Okay, so I said in 10 years, I'll use AI to help me in my cybersecurity career to identify zero-day attack patterns, which if you don't know, zero-day means like new malware attacks that hasn't been identified at all, how to fix,
Yeah.
And also to help me identifying flaws in modern-day computer systems and climb the ranks of the cybersecurity industry.
Yeah, you're gonna use it as your cybersecurity weapon to take out and eliminate all threats coming.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Young ladies, anybody? Come on.
In 10 years, I will use AI for my engineering career. I plan on using it to either make ideas or I'll use it to finalize and see how the ideas work out. And after when I finish that, if AI if it doesn't look like how I want it to look, I'll either rewrite the prompt. But usually I like to draw, so I'll end up drawing out.
Where were you when I asked for artists earlier? It's all good. I'm just messing with you. But like you'll use it to kind of test your ideas. When you have theories, you put it out there. Hey, does this work? Does it not work? What do you think about this? So it can kind of help you identify the flaws in your thought process. So you're using it to fine tune your thought process. That's awesome. All right, ladies, somebody, I gotta get at least one before we shut it down. Somebody.
The reason I didn't say anything is because I don't really know what to say. Like I just said, because I really like projects with projects, but I don't really know where. Like I just said, assist in like planning projects and like organizing assets in those projects and like finding the appeal of that and like what to expand on in that.
Yeah.
Kind of with the algorithms that we talked about.
And what was the field that you said?
Well, like I really in college I wanted to do like computer science or like like media design with computer science, and that's also like the work that I want to do. So that was what we said.
That's cool. That's like similar as like using it to help you kind of advance and kind of move forward and identify blind spots. I will say, just like in a general sense, using AI, kind of one of the cool things that like the way my mind works is sometimes I don't even know if AI can do it. I'm just gonna throw it into the prompt and just see what comes back. Maybe it can, maybe it can't, but just always, it don't really hurt to just see what it kicks back out and kind of where that can kind of spitball or kind of roll into kind of evolving like your thoughts. And so even if you don't know, even if you just walking down the street, I wonder if AI can do this, or I wonder what it thinks, just to kind of see what happens. And because the more you use it, the more you understand it, the better. And I think that's kind of good because there's kind of understanding the process and the fundamentals, right? We talked about a lot of the fundamentals as theory, but then you kind of talk about like how it's built, because once you kind of understand like, how this engine works, you kind of start to understand the limitations and evolution. You kind of see it a little bit better on how it works. And so this is going to be an ongoing course. I talked about this being on STEM City USA. If you're not able to kind of be here in person next time, like I said, we're streaming. So we can make sure you have the stream. You can kind of log in. Like I said, it's a digital twin. You can drop comments and I can see and kind of talk to you just like we're doing here. But it is going to be an ongoing series. We are going to talk about not just kind of the mechanics of artificial intelligence, and really understand that there's a reason this become like broader and it's more, because like I said, it's been here for a long time. When I talked about the Terminator, different things like that, it was limited by technology. And so I really want to get into how it has evolved, the people that are involved. There's people that look just like us, that look just like you, like a guy like Mark Hanna, who's really one of the, I say godfathers, or one of the influential people who really made this possible. A Black man who really kind of ushered in like the special graphics. And when I talk about the Terminator or the Matrix or Jurassic Park or the visual elements that were there, he had a large part in that. And you guys got a packet, and you guys can kind of read up on them or Google them or put into AI, who's Mark Hanna, and kind of see his role and influence on that. But in the future classes, we're going to kind of dive into those. And so I really hope to kind of see you guys back and join us. If not here, then online at STEM City USA. So we can kind of talk about and dig back into kind of the foundation and structure of artificial intelligence. Yeah. Any other questions before you guys go? There's a couple things. There's food in the back. I know I've been pushing food. Yep.
You can get food when you give me your immediate survey.
Wait. Yeah. So remember that paper y'all filled out in the beginning, the one with the logo? Flip it over and now answer it on how you feel with that as of right now. And when you hand that to Sarah, she's gonna hand you your food. That's your ticket. You gotta turn one in. Yep. Hold that thought real quick. To everybody online, I really want to thank you for joining us, sticking in with us for the last 3 hours, and really just learning. If you liked it, be sure to like, follow, share, comment what you thought was the most interesting thing. Did you learn something new? Did it help you at all a bit? And if you want to cover something else in the future, drop down some thoughts or some areas that you want us to discuss in the future. And then I hope to see you guys here next time when we come back to STEM City, Baltimore, and continue our AI revolution, our AI bootcamp. I hope to see you guys there. Take care.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.